Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Eric.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I am doing all right. I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, it's a weird... All this is weird.
Everything is weird for anybody who's expecting us to do an interview with someone sitting in this chair between us.
Not happening.
Not happening.
We could ask our neighbors.
I guess so.
But I don't know, where they've been.
That's true.
And I don't know if I'm sick. The whole thing is very...
Yeah. Judy Gold, the comedian who you might remember from the Comedy Central specials from the 90s.
Yep.
She lives upstairs.
I see her yelling in the lobby.
Yeah. We could always ask her.
There's a woman who works at Trader Joe's who offered to buy a bunch of stuff for people.
Yeah, she put up a note in the elevator.
Yep.
That is very kind. That's what we need right now. Shout out to everybody who is staying home and dealing with this whole thing as best you can. I hope you're all staying safe. I hope you're all staying comfortable. It's a bigger thing than a lot of people realized. It is a big thing, period. And whether you're sick or have any symptoms or you're not sick, there is always the threat that you could pass it along to somebody else. I do hope everybody is exercising all the caution that we would do.
Well, yeah.
I hope that you're exercising all the caution that doctors tell you to exercise.
Mm-hmm.
And
what's the weirdest thing that you personally find yourself doing, quarantined?
This
Yeah.
this podcast. Actually, there's a certain part of this which is not strange, which is that we work from home already. We record from our home already. This was a natural sort of thing. The unnatural thing is probably the amount of times I wash my hands.
Yeah.
It's basically like every time I get up. If I'm sitting over there on the chair and I get up to go to my room, I'm like, I should wash my hands.
That's very not selfish of you. I am not washing my hands nearly as much as I probably should be.
Any reason?
Because I want to get you sick. No, I don't know. I think my weirdest behavior right now is that I am growing out a Unabomber beard.
Yeah.
Like a quarantine beard. It's like a bit that I haven't fully committed to because I've never done more than this. This is the most I've ever grown a beard.
But you're not just doing this for yourself.
I'm doing it for whoever's out there.
Yeah.
If you want to see me lose my mind, I want to have the impression of someone who has lost his mind.
That's right. Well, we've been watching TV.
Contagion. Or no, I'm sorry, Chernobyl.
We're
just living a Contagion.
The HBO show Chernobyl, which
is not an escape.
No, and these are the times when I wish that we could do a new episode of Two Jews and Two Black Dudes Review the Movies.
Yeah.
And really break that down. But
we could do conference calls on this thing, right?
We'll see what we can do. This is, you know what, guys, you're going to be in this with us. I don't think there's going to be much editing. I think we're going to be a lot of trial and error episodes. And what we're going to do is, moving forward, call in on our family, our friends, people that we know, people maybe we don't know, and just see how everyone is doing. And there is no better person to start with, I think, than our mom. If you have not checked her episode out of A Waste of Time with It's the Real, it's episode number 250. Please do listen to that. She's a great woman. She has great perspective. And she's going through this just like we're going through this. And we'll see how all this technology works.
It's ringing.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
And she may very well be our first guest.
I hope she doesn't duck the
call.
call.
Hi, Mom. Yeah, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
We're good. No real complaints on this side. Again, we're washing our hands way too much.
We've also talked to you 3 times today.
Well,
and 8 times yesterday.
I'm keeping a tally, and really, those calls and your texts from you and your brother Dan are just so welcome, and just much appreciated. But I also have to say, in normal times,
yes,
I would be calling you with an issue I'm having with my computer, but
yes.
I won't go into that now. That will have to be.
Do you have any? I know you texted this morning or yesterday being like, I have a problem with the microwave. Can we solve that right now?
I'm having a problem with my computer.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, it is a day.
It's very minor, but it's something I don't know how to do.
Okay.
So
all right.
Just click yes.
We'll get into that. Mom, how are you doing?
Well, I'm doing well. I feel just very fortunate to have all the support that I do from friends and family, certainly. And there was, I mean, one of the. Oh, I just want to say this too, that I was so proud and touched and pleased to hear of your idea for this podcast, because you are, beyond your attention to me. You are providing a real sense of support and community, and at the same time offering up a chance for people to laugh with you during a challenging time.
Thanks very much.
So there's all of that. And I also want to say that one of the things that's helped me so much is communicating with friends and family near and far through all of this. Last night, your brother Dan FaceTimed me, and we don't usually do that, so it was really wonderful to see him. And
not that you don't usually talk to him.
No. But how is his apartment looking?
His apartment, I said, he has a very nice background. It was lovely. The scenic direction was excellent. No, he looked great, and I kept saying, "You look wonderful." And he was wearing this red T-shirt, which looked fabulous. And every once in a while, I'd just say, "That shirt looks so great." And then he panned over a little more, and I said, "I saw the logo," and I said, "It's the real shirt."
There you go.
And I said, "I have that shirt too. No wonder it looks so great." And I promised him I would wear my It's the Real red shirt.
This is a great plug for our T-shirts, which are available at itsthereal.com/shop.
Yeah, too bad we can't mail them out because we can't go outside. But, when this is all over, our T-shirt sales are going to go through the roof.
Sky high. But I promised Dan I would wear mine for our next FaceTime call. We would be in uniform. Yeah.
Mom, you do live in the same building as your sister. Are you seeing her at all?
We have not seen each other in the last couple of days. I mean, I think I've been running around so much. I think she has too, to get all of our stuff for our home inventories, and that in itself was exhausting. But we have communicated a lot. I'm always glad in regular times. So grateful that we live in the same building, and I'm sure some point today we will see each other. I know she just went out to go to physical therapy, so we're a little ships that passed in the night at the moment, but all here. And I had emailed her and a couple of friends on my floor this morning, checking on them, asking if they're doing okay, if they're all fooded up.
Yeah. And
should they need anything to read, my home library was always open. So that started all of them writing in and saying, we're here for you too. And
that's a great comfort.
It's very reassuring in a city this big. And I just feel very calmed by all of that. So, but yes, my sister and I will definitely be together and pop in on each other.
Mom, you're somebody who does watch a lot of MSNBC.
I do.
You are somebody who's up on the news, and we're always, calling each other to sort of break news to each other.
Absolutely.
Do you find that it's been overwhelming yet?
Yes. It's been exhausting, overwhelming, just head spinning. It's almost too much to absorb. So, with a breaking news story that comes alone and stands alone and disappears the next day, you have time to absorb it all. There's no time. Plus, you have to take care of your needs and run around before the stores close, or get in line at the grocery store for 5 hours or something. So I think there's just been there's an exhaustion, but you have to keep up with everything. Yeah, I have noticed that. I just saw Governor Cuomo on television. He was phenomenal, a real leader.
Presidential, really?
Well, I think
more presidential than the current guy.
Yeah. But my sister did call me and she said, "Are you watching?" do you think he'll run for president? And I said, well, not in this election, but absolutely, I think they will. I think absolutely, and his leadership is so evident. And
it's been really, on the whole, really good to see the governors and the mayors and certain business leaders really step up and fill the void, because the federal government has been a humongous disappointment.
Oh, absolutely. It's shocking. It's shocking how terrible. And apparently the whole anti-coronavirus assault has been led by Jared Kushner, which is frightening enough. So
terrible.
It is. And I will say, last night when I was sitting here and my television on, and the word came about the shutdown of the theaters and the
nightlife,
restaurants.
The restaurants, the bars, the
everything.
The schools, everything in New York. And I did say to my friends in North Carolina, who are also sheltered in place in their small town in the mountains, that up here, the normal, wonderful, loud rhythms of our busy city have been silenced, and it's very sobering. And when that noise came, when that news came through last night, I felt, I think, a sadness and a realization of the enormity of this on all levels. And this morning in the print version of the Times, and online too, but there was this big story about all the closures, a full page story, and how that was affecting the population of this city. And they had a headline that said, "A threat to public health also affects matters of the spirit and of the heart."
Yeah.
And I thought that's so true. And in the context of that story, there were references to the fact that churches or houses of worship in general were canceling their services, and that separate and apart from that, weddings were being canceled, celebrations of other kinds were being canceled. But I thought, in a personal way, my heart has felt heavy, not when I hear from you or am in contact with my friends, or when I'm, enjoying my reading or whatever I'm doing, but my heart is heavy for this country, this world, this time we're living in, and the spirit. You feel dispirited. It's a very hard thing to maneuver forward with all of this.
But how are you keeping your spirit up? I think it's important for people to make their beds every day. I think it's important to smell good. I was moisturizing my hands, and I was just like, oh, this smells good. It makes you feel like a normal thing.
Yeah.
Yes. So since I moved back here from North Carolina, I stayed there for 5 years after your dad died, and we were there together. And then I stayed with my wonderful friends for 5 years, and then I moved back here. And starting from when I set foot again on Manhattan Island, I've been keeping a Wonderful Things book. So every day, in a little sort of pocket-sized diary, I write down whatever's wonderful about that day. If it's February and the temperature got up to 17 degrees when the day before it had been
that's a wonderful thing.
Zero,
yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So what was the wonderful thing from yesterday? I know what today's is going to be, but what was the thing from yesterday?
Oh, this is definitely, yeah. So the wonderful thing from yesterday was the call I had from Dan. There was and beyond that, there was a seriously wonderful moment when I walked into Whole Foods, and A, there were no people in line, and B, I walked down the aisle where they have nuts and, popcorn and stuff like that. And I had been looking on the internet, because Amazon has Whole Foods cashews, and they didn't have my kind of cashews, and I wanted one more pack. I have a few packs here, but I wanted one more pack of that very brand, and I couldn't find them online. They didn't have them. So I'm walking down the aisle. The shelves are decimated. Nothing there, not a thing, not a piece of dust. And there, standing proudly, was one last pack of the very cashews I wanted. I fell to my knees.
Yeah.
I grasped them, and I went home happy.
Small victories, you know?
That was a wonderful thing. The sun, it was gorgeous weather yesterday when I was running my errands. I noted that. There are wonderful things always, and I think you have to take a moment and jot them down, or at least commit them to memory if you're younger, and be grateful for them.
Mom, have you bought anything that in retrospect you're like, why did I get this?
Like 80 rolls of toilet paper?
No.
You're not hoarding the hand sanitizer, are you, Mom? Like the guy in Tennessee?
No. But I mean, I do say, I look at the expiration dates,
Mm-hmm.
and I think, well, if I don't get around to eating all the soup, or I don't get around to eating all of the whatever else, when this all passes, I'll be sitting pretty. I won't have to go outside to go, in a rainstorm to go get something for dinner. I will have it here, or my millions of
Kind bars. Yeah.
Well, yes, I thought that was one thing. I do have a lot of kind bars, but I do eat one every day. That makes me so kind. And I have stopped. My apartment can't hold anymore, and I will say that my friend Lorraine visited a couple of weeks ago, and she brought me some excellent dark chocolate.
Oh, there you go.
Discs. Well, yeah, she brought them to me, and I put them in the refrigerator, and I've been working the supply down.
Yeah.
And my refrigerator is very full now, and so last night when I went looking for my chocolate,
Mm-hmm. You couldn't find it?
I couldn't find them. And so I was like somebody, like a smoker looking for her last cigarette or something, and I was turning the refrigerator contents upside down, inside out. Where's the chocolate? Well, I'm happy to report that I calmed down. I found the chocolate. All is well. I can go forth. Yes.
You sound like a lunatic.
What a compliment.
You sound crazy. But
chocolate will do that, Jeff.
Yeah.
Mom,
Yeah.
We have been locked in here. We've been watching a lot of TV, YouTube clips. Do you have anything that's in your queue that you've kept sort of at the top of your mind and you're going to watch at some point soon?
Well, I have to break away from my friends at MSNBC.
Every once in a while, yeah.
It takes a little work. But I do have a couple of things, not that I remember what they are.
Right.
You told me about the Hillary documentary.
You should definitely watch the Hillary thing.
I'm going to watch that for sure. And there are a couple of other things. So,
you do have Netflix.
I do have Netflix. I'm glad for that. And
they did not have Netflix in the 1918 flu pandemic.
They didn't.
So how lucky for us.
They didn't.
Mom, do you have hot water yet? Is it back?
No.
Really?
Oh, no, I think it just came back. It did just come back. My sister emailed me.
Your building is just
the worst.
The worst.
The worst building.
But we have good people in it.
No, that is true. It's just the owners are morons.
Well, they are. That's true. That's.
I told you this morning. When it rains, it pours. Except apparently in your shower.
That's absolutely right. No, we're doing fine.
Wait, but you don't have gas, right? You don't have gas, right, in your kitchen?
Well, because that is for the last, I think, year and a half, we've not been able to use our gas stoves because this is a very old building, and the building department finally brought the hammer down on many new buildings in this city and told them to have the gas lines fixed because there had been explosions in the building. In the city.
Right.
And they wanted to get rid of that danger, but it's been a very slow process. And
Yeah.
so, no, we do not. So anything I bought in prep for this this shut-in period is something that can be microwaved or eaten cold. And so, yeah, kind of used to that. But I'm talking about 1917. I was just thinking that my grandmother lived with us, and so she was born in 1880, and I always used to ask her about the blizzard of 1988, which was the 1888, yeah. Beyond, the snow came up to like midway on an apartment building, or just huge amounts of snow. And I was a little girl, and I was always asking her, because I thought snow day, no, you couldn't go outside of your home because the snow was higher than human beings. And so, but I never asked her about the Spanish flu in 1917.
Yeah, I think it's essentially that. This is that level, and I think that I hope people are making the sacrifice of just staying home. On the whole, it's so much worse for everybody if you do go out and you do, share your handshake or you share proximity, and it's just something that can be avoided. And
no question. And in fact, Governor Cuomo was saying that he is working in partnership with the governors of
Connecticut and New Jersey.
And New Jersey, because if we shut our bars and restaurants and somebody says, okay, I'll go to New Jersey and have a good time, and then comes back.
Well, nobody ever goes to New Jersey for a good time.
Seriously, I meant Connecticut. Well, they don't go there either. Okay. But if somebody, goes far afield to find fun and then returns back here, it doesn't help at all. And so hopefully everybody will hole up. I mean, on the east side, I live in Midtown, and it's filled with offices, so it's really been a ghost town for certainly the last week and even before that. But now I look out my window and there are just no signs of life, and that's how it should be right now. It needs to just be shelter in place, and that place needs to be your home. So
absolutely right.
Yeah.
But overall, you're of good mind, body, and soul right now, Mom?
I am. I have, go look in the mirror. You and your brother Dan, my sister, my friends who've been checking in from everywhere, other states. We're all in this together. I feel the love. I feel supported. And we will get through this, and hopefully there'll be a better world on the other end.
That's right. Well, Mom, we appreciate you. We love you, and thanks for being a part of this Quarantine Radio.
Absolutely.
We'll be checking in with you.
Anytime. I'll be sitting by my phone. Nothing much else to do. Okay, take care. I love you back.
All right, be well.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, that was good.
Yeah.
All right.
We did it.
Any updates on your end, Jeff?
We got some more guests.
Oh, great.
So that's cool.
Yeah, so how are we going to do this moving forward? This episode's going to be coming out in the afternoon.
Right. And then we
today.
Have another episode tomorrow and the next
morning.
day. And then the next day.
Do you know what time
next day.
We should release these in the morning?
I don't really care. No, I mean, like, time doesn't really matter.
doesn't matter. 10 a.m. doesn't matter. Jeff, do you believe in...
It's weird because, like, I understand that time is, like, a thing that we used to go by.
Yes.
But when you're inside for 24 hours and, this is our only thing...
Does this feel like a Monday to you?
No.
No.
I don't know what day it feels like. It is Monday.
Monday.
It feels like... I don't know, like a Saturday.
I don't even know.
But Saturdays are like fun.
Yeah.
Yo.
What up?
Jack Harlow, what's happening?
What up with you?
Are you sleeping?
Nah, just, I'm a calm guy.
Very chill.
First of all,
where are you?
I'm in Louisville, quarantined in my hotel room.
Your hotel room?
Yeah.
Don't your folks live in Louisville?
Yes, they do.
But are you gonna so you're not gonna see them, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of avoiding them, and sometimes I come to town, and not everything needs to happen at their house.
Is this what happens when you become a successful recording artist?
Yeah, everything shuts down when you hit the hometown.
It seems like it, man. I'm just hitting my stride, and they introduced this virus.
But somebody, there is another artist out there who apparently has a problem with us. But he said that Jack Harlow is everything that It's the Real hoped they would be, and I'm here to say
that's true.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
What a massive compliment.
I know. How are you holding up?
I feel good. Everything's straight right now. Just trying to stay ducked off and stay healthy. I'm hoping to take advantage of this time, where we're locked away and really get to work on something.
Well, how long are you going to be in that hotel room?
I'm actually going to shoot a video today, and then I'm going to drive to Atlanta.
Oh, dope.
Are you driving there yourself?
No, I got a little squad with me.
And is everyone in the squad feeling all right?
Yeah, no red flags.
You're not out there like measuring everyone's temperature?
Yeah.
No, everybody feels good right now, and if they don't, they stay away.
Happy belated birthday, by the way.
Thank you so much.
I know you were in New York last week.
Yep.
And you were doing a press run for your new project, and you were going to cap that off with a big dinner celebration that Atlantic was doing with Generation Now.
And we canceled super early.
And that started this whole snowball effect. And all of a sudden, we got an email from Jason Davis saying, no dinner.
It's a wrap.
So how did you celebrate your actual birthday?
Well, I actually left New York early because there was no dinner and flew here. And, I spent some time with loved ones. But, I think there's how would you say it, like overstimulation. Like seeing so many people that nowadays just getting some time alone is kind of nice. So I didn't need too many people around, but when I got to Louisville, I ain't gonna lie, we threw a big party.
Wait, was it chaotic at the airport when you hopped that flight back home?
In New York?
Yeah.
It was dead.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Even on the flight?
Yeah, wasn't that many people on the flight.
Nobody was running up to you being like, oh my God, it's Jack Harlow. Or Eric Rosenthal from It's the Real.
No, none of that. No, I'm not experiencing that on a mass level yet. But I do have security now.
Are you the type of person?
You've changed.
Are you the type of person, even before this whole thing, that when you got on a flight, you had the Lysol and you had the mask and you had the gloves?
I had the mask in January when I first heard of this, and we were like the only ones in the airport with a mask.
Before it became cool.
Now it's too cool, and I'd rather just risk it.
Yeah.
It's too trendy now.
All right, so you're in your hotel room. Have you raided the minibar?
This mini bar is not hidden.
Well, what's in it?
Let's take a look.
Yeah, give us a live update of what's in your minibar. This is what the people want.
Well, a lot of bourbon.
Oh, good.
Well, there you go. You are in Louisville.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like dark liquor that much. Just a lot of beverages, man. I'm more of like a salt guy. I would prefer like Pringles and things like that, but it's just
it's
beverages.
Light. It's light over there.
Yeah.
Well, how much are like the snacks? Are they like $8 each?
Typically, when I'm in New York, they are, but they don't have no snacks here. It's
nothing.
Drinks.
Wow.
Just drinks.
That's kind of crazy.
This is, despite that, the hotel I'm staying at, when y'all come to Louisville, this is where you need to stay. This is the top 10 hotel in America. It's the 21C.
Oh, shout out to them.
Excuse me.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
No, yeah, y'all should check it out. It's an art museum in a hotel, so
that's awesome.
They move the art around, so when you wake up, and there might be they have these penguins that are at the hotel, not real live penguins.
Yo, by the way, there are real live penguins at the Peabody in Boston.
Really? No, I think it's ducks, Jeff.
Ducks. Ducks, not penguins.
Underwhelming.
I know, very, very underwhelming.
That's cool, though.
Have you been?
There's little statue penguins that they move around, so you wake up and you might walk out your door, and there's the penguin standing there in the hallway. So it's just a cool.
That feels like that old like Helen Keller joke.
No, it's
where
like
just
Elf on a Shelf.
It is like Elf on a Shelf. That's nuts.
Jack, have you been in touch with Lake or Cannon or Drama?
Yeah, daily.
What are they up to? Are they all self-quarantined and keeping to themselves?
Yeah, for the most part. I think Atlanta's about to have some serious rules come into effect. So.
And what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen when you drive back down there? Like, you'll go to your crib. Do you have food already stocked?
I don't have a grain of rice in my apartment.
Oh, this is bad.
Yeah, so I'm preparing. I got a little Instacart set up with a bunch of fruits and things, but I'd be willing to fast just to experience that. I've never fasted.
I don't think that's the smartest thing. Wait, you're willing? How long do you think the fast would last? It's not like a day.
No, you can fast for 40 days. I've heard.
I don't. What?
You're saying fast while like the daylight hours are going on?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the thing.
I thought people just didn't eat, period, when they fasted.
Oh, no, I think that's probably incorrect.
Yeah, no. Like,
So
Jack, I don't want you to, like,
days?
go off of, like, Instagram, like, advice and just, like, waste away and then die. Like, even Gandhi was drinking.
I'm not going to let myself die.
Oh, good. No, not now.
Yeah, no.
Not when you're popping. Not when your song is popping.
Although it would be very good for our podcast.
Yeah.
How good and enjoyable was performing on Fallon?
Super good and enjoyable, honestly. Hell of a guy.
You met him before you performed or after?
I met him the moment I met him on TV.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So he didn't do like the drop by backstage and say like, "Hey, Jack."
I don't think he was able to that day. And I actually had press that day, so I came in, and he may have done it for his other guests, but I came in at rehearsal in the morning, and then I was not in the building all day until about an hour before I went on. But nonetheless, he was very friendly, very cool dude. Everything you would think, the charisma's there. So
that's dope.
Yeah, we heard that he asked for you specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, he handpicked me, so I was honored.
That's really, really dope. He
likes the song.
Who is the most random person to hit you up after hearing What's Poppin'?
Slim Jesus.
That is random.
How did Slim Jesus reach out to you? On Instagram?
Well, it's crazy because I DM'd him like 6 months ago, like, let's work. And he didn't hit me back. And then after it dropped, he hit me like, yo, let's get it.
So I know, and Jeff knows, you're working all the time. You told us that before, your single started like really, really hitting. We saw you down at Mean Streets, like just working one night. You're always writing and recording. How many songs do you have in the stash right now that you're like looking to release just whenever?
I just dropped a project, so any songs I'd be looking to release for the most part are out. So anything that doesn't come out, but I probably have 6 to 10 that I feel good about still that are in the can. But I probably have 100, 200 songs sitting.
Damn.
But I got just like a select few that I'm like, okay, this could be next, or somebody else could have this, something.
Wait, what's the idea for the video for today?
So it's called "I Want to See Some Ass."
Yep.
What's it about? Give us the
ass.
Genius verified breakdown.
Well, we're kind of going the Western route today.
Like country Western route?
Yeah, but y'all's podcast is so big that I don't want to say anything. I don't want people to know. For real. I don't want people to know what it is before it drops. I like the element of surprise, but that's what I can say.
All right.
Wait. Okay, I'm not gonna like make my guesses, but I do have a guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Glad you're not making it.
Yeah. Why don't you text him afterwards and just see if it's all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So overall, are you feeling good? Are you straight? Like, or do you feel like nervous about this? Because I mean, it's fair.
No, because physically you're fine, but
I have anxiety about it. I'm feeling a little downbeat, just subconsciously. I don't have like a direct reason why, except for I'm pretty sure it's this. Like, I'm not sick, but just seeing everything happen and things are getting canceled. I've never seen anything like this in my life. I'm not saying nothing's ever happened like this, but I haven't experienced so. But it's inspiring a certain mood in me to create. So I just want to get back to Atlanta, and I really just want to do cardio and record.
Have you thought about doing any like live streams or site specific streams maybe for all of your fans out there?
I haven't, but that's a good idea. My mom mentioned something like that.
Oh, shout out to your mom, by the way.
Can we get her on the podcast?
No.
Why not? We just had our mom on the podcast right before you.
Well, that's y'all, man. I like my privacy. I don't want my mom out there.
Just tell her, or like drop. What's her Instagram at? Let people know.
So the plan for today is to shoot the video and then travel back to Atlanta and then hunker down, and you have all your recording stuff in your crib?
Oh, I'm hunkering. And but the studio's not far, and it's getting a hospital disinfectant today. Apparently.
Is that right?
So, and then I'm going to get one in my apartment.
Well, that's dope.
Wait, how do you get that?
The hospital disinfectant?
Yeah.
Somebody comes in and they just spray it down. My manager set it up. She's the GOAT, but I don't know how they do it. And apparently it smells bad when they're doing it, but after a while it's good. But it's like 60 to 90 days your spot is like disinfected completely.
Whoa. And if you look out your hotel window right now, what do you see?
There is a massive statue of a naked man. And his ass is right in the window. It's one of the most iconic statues in the city.
That's top 10.
That's not the ass you're talking about in the song.
No, but yesterday when the song dropped and I looked out my window and seen that, you knew what I had to do. But yeah, and I could see the river. This is one of the best hotel rooms I've stayed in. Not even necessarily, it's a great room, but the view is, I have a view of Main Street, like, and the river and the statue. It's tight.
Do your parents feel any way about you not staying with them while you're in town?
No. I mean, I'm sure they would prefer I stay with them, but they also understand because my mom's not going near her parents right now. So
yeah,
that's just how it goes. I don't know. They didn't go to my party either. My birthday party with all the youngins. So
yo, you have really social distanced yourself from them.
Yeah, but not
why
from
is he
anyone else.
So, right? I mean, like,
yeah,
it's all like everything's
playing.
crazy.
Yeah, I'm not playing about that. It's just, I don't know, man. Scary stuff, dark times.
It really is. Well, listen, we appreciate you being here for us, and we're always here for you. Be well. Good luck with the shoot today, and safe drive home, and just be safe in general out there.
Great to hear from y'all, man.
You too.
Always.
All right, fellas.
All right, Jack, take care. Shout out to Jack Harlow.
Did you just, like, hang up on him without, like, I felt like he was about to say, like, one more thing. You were just
really?
Like, yeah.
Well,
right.
what do you think that thing would have been? Go stream my music? Do you think now
download Queen on...
Do you think now... on Apple Radio?
Yeah.
Do you think now is the time for people to release new music?
I think that...
Says the guy who is, recording a podcast.
Every single day?
Yeah, just for the people.
I think that everybody's going to start releasing stuff, like, all the time. Because, like, it's the only thing to do.
Mm-hmm. And
I don't know if it's... I think it's probably right, but it's just, like... Nobody's going to break through.
I mean,
I don't even know if people are going to actually listen to this.
You don't think people will break through? There has to be. There has to be a regular thing because you're not getting late night stuff,
right?
I'm sure.
Or are you?
I don't think so. Right? Seth canceled.
But the news is still like people are still on the news and stuff.
No, I get that. I'm saying like late night shows and like certain programs.
I think they might still. I mean, Seth said that he's canceling stuff. I think Fallon is still going. I
don't know if I think Fallon's off for 2 weeks too. I don't know, but regardless, I think now is an opportunity for people to get creative, at least.
Yeah.
I
saw Lizzo did a thing where she was doing like live yoga or whatever, or meditation. It was just like a 30-minute thing on Instagram Live where she was playing flute and she was just like, take this as you will, and she was leading people through breathing exercises.
That's dope.
So I think that people were like doing different things to try and
people who are watching that Instagram Live are probably like commenting rather than putting the phone down and like closing their eyes and just sort of taking it all in. They're probably just like, listen to my music and, fucking follow me back.
Are you making fun of what I write?
Yes.
Come to Brazil.
Yeah. All right. So we've finished Chernobyl.
Yep.
We've watched a lot of Conan O'Brien clips.
Yep.
Doesn't matter if they're new or old.
SNL. Watched like every single thing that's on the internet. Do you miss like time on your own? Because like I feel like this has been like a lot of us time.
It honestly has not felt that different. Like I was cooking yesterday. You went for a walk, and I made soup to freeze. So much of this is not.
This isn't me being
foreign.
like, hey,
no, like
I've had enough of you, but it is just like, I
so
want
much
to know
of
what
this-
your take is.
No, so much of this just feels like a regular day. Like it's just like, oh, all right, I'm working out of my home. I'm thinking of like marketing ideas, and I'm thinking of like how to execute this podcast, or we're figuring out how to get guests. It doesn't feel like, we have a lot of time together or apart.
No, I think the weird thing is that everybody else is going through this thing.
Yes.
And also like, the fact that like you can't just go out and, do whatever.
Yeah. It like honestly, every now and then I'll put on CNN, or I'll look on Twitter and see the news, and that'll like either put me in a mood one way or another or whatever. And from there I have to like figure out, well, what do I do next? But that is like a chance to sort of connect with the outside world, along with phone calls and FaceTimes and all this stuff. But honestly, it's for somebody who's worked at home for the last, our whole career.
Yeah, join the club.
Yeah.
That's what this all is.
But it doesn't feel so weird. It's not so weird to like have you go for a walk and come back, or sit down, you're on the couch and I'm on the chair, and we're, sending over names between ourselves as to who to get on this thing. It's not so crazy.
No.
Do you feel like that?
That we spend too much time together?
Yes.
I don't think that we spent too much time. Like, I'm not annoyed by you in any way.
Good.
But I mean, there is a thing where it's like, wow, all I do is spend time in this apartment with you. And so it does feel like a lot of time together. It doesn't feel different, but it does feel, or it doesn't feel bad. But it's just like, I would like to be able to do things, on my own volition or whatever.
Totally.
It's just that there's not that option.
I don't think that like, I'm dragging you down or you're dragging me down.
I think you're dragging me down. Is what I'm trying to say. What I'm definitely trying to say is I've had enough.
Yeah.
It's been one day of the podcast. It's been a week of my beard.
Yeah.
And I am.
You've had it.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah. First and last episode of Quarantine Radio.
Who do you think is the most like reaching guest that you want to aim for to get on this podcast?
The easy answer is Jay-Z. What?
Like, no, that'd be good.
Oh.
I was thinking like J. Cole might be a reach for us, but like maybe we can get them.
Well, but I think that like okay, so we've at least interacted with J. Cole.
Yes.
Jay-Z knows who we are, which is very cool.
Yeah.
And like not a it's whatever.
It's kind of a flex.
Whatever.
It's kind of a flex. It's a good flex. Flex, Jeff. Jeff, we're at the end of days.
I want to start
allowed to
working
flex.
out while I'm stuck
Don't
in
change
this
the
place.
subject.
I do want to change the subject. I
Jay-Z
don't want to.
knows who we are.
Anyway. Yeah, I think that J. Cole would be a reach, or I think that Jay-Z would be a bigger reach than J. Cole.
Okay, agreed.
Yeah.
But,
I think that there's like
there's no reason why we can't try.
No, I mean, listen, we're stuck inside. Everybody's stuck inside. I want to know what, like, Jay-Z is not around people anyway. Mm-hmm. So, like, what is he up to?
Yo, Big Wos.
Yo, what's going on, y'all?
How are you?
Where are you?
I'm good. I'm home. Where else should I be?
All right, I need you to get off of speakerphone because this is bad for radio.
I'm not on speakerphone. I feel like you guys are on speakerphone.
Oh, well,
we're not.
We kind of might be because
Yeah.
we're trying to figure out this whole situation, but
Okay.
you can hear us.
Yes, I can hear you guys. I'm on because I didn't want to use a Bluetooth because that's actually the worst kind of audio you can use for a phone call. So I
Agreed.
used the wire, white iPhone headphones.
Well, thank you for being brave for us.
Of course, anything for you guys.
Well, first before we get into how you are doing as a human being, I just want to say shout out to you and the whole Count the Dings team who were actually, had their flights booked. We're going to come out to New York City, do a show here on the 28th. It got postponed, which is really unfortunate because we were looking forward to seeing you guys. But we know you guys have some plans for down the road. And in the meantime, you're not only making content that we know about or that we're used to, you're now making cooking content straight from your home, and it's the greatest thing.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yeah, man. I mean, it's funny because when I woke up on, I guess it was Friday morning, it was like 7 a.m. local time here in Los Angeles, and I look at my company Slack, not Count the Dings, but The Athletic, and there's already a freaking content plan, right? Moving forward, because that's just the life that we're in. Like, I'm sure it's not just The Athletic. I'm sure ESPN did this, Bleacher did this. You name it. Everybody had to come up with a plan because there's no actual games to talk about. And so, with Count the Dings, which obviously we're not as huge as some of those other platforms I mentioned, we still wanted to try to do stuff that, our community would be engaged with. People who know me even a little bit know that I'm really greedy and that I eat a lot. And that recently, in the recent years, I've taken up, just kind of making food at my house. I'm a graduate of the YouTube Culinary Institute.
Nice.
And, that's where I've sort of cut my bones. You understand? Or made my bones.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Cut my bones sounds like a Fargo plot.
Yeah. I cut my teeth and made my bones, guys. So Dave came to me with the idea. Shout to Sarah the pharmacist. She's somebody who's a big part of our community and our team. And she actually came to Jake with the idea and presented it to me like, yo, next time you're making something in your house, have your girlfriend film it. And we're gonna, I'll edit it and we'll put something together and, just with some fun, different type of content. And I was like, whatever, I watch enough of these food videos to be an expert anyway, right?
Expert. Okay. I thought that the video was great. I thought the food looked great. I will say, I think your burger was a little bit overdone for me.
Damn.
Yeah, a few people remarked on that, and guess what? This is the thing. I watch enough of these YouTube videos just to know you can't please everybody. If I would have had it super pink and rare, or even medium rare, people would be like, "Oh, that's disgusting! You're eating a raw burger." And so, just a little bit medium well. People like Jeff, of course, they're like, "Ugh,
yeah,
well, dry."
I'm just saying, I rated it like I did a thumbs down on YouTube.
Yo, Woz.
I'm an expert blogger,
Woz,
not expert chef.
We did our Rockefeller live podcast 3 years ago. You know what a momentous thing it was, and,
for us, yeah.
And we did the audio, but we also put the video version out there on our YouTube channel 3 years ago, right?
Right.
It got 11,000 views in 3 years for us, and I think we're like, not some newbies. We've been around, and
sure,
it was like, okay, and YouTube flagged it for certain songs there and blocked the video. So we had to take it down, edit out those portions of the video, and re-upload it. So we did that the other day. Now our YouTube channel, which is more of a priority for us, has more subscribers, et cetera, et cetera. People have caught on to it, and it's doing great numbers. But the funny thing is, all these people who catch up who are just like, nah, fuck this. Who the hell are these guys to be able to do this? Number one. Number two, why isn't Dame Dash a part of it?
Yep.
And fuck this video because Dame's not a part of it.
And then 3, some guy was like, these guys don't even know who Christian is.
And then they were like, yo, why is this black and white? And it was just like, what? Like,
yeah. So people will find anything to critique.
Yeah, YouTube is well, not even just YouTube. The internet is hilarious like that. But yeah, man, who gave you guys the right to be fans of Rockefeller?
That's right.
And use your network, your resources to organize a reunion? How dare you?
Yo,
how dare you bring people together and film it and share it with the people who might like it? What the fuck?
Yo, Woz, where were you when you found out that Rudy Gobert had shut the entire NBA down?
I was at the crib, man.
You were at his crib?
No, I was at my house.
Oh.
So this is a funny thing. Like you guys, I work from home. And so this quarantine is kind of funny to me. Like, everybody's getting all stir crazy, and I'm like, this is what I do every day.
We were just talking about that. Yeah.
Like, I don't leave my house. I don't, like, you know, I go to the gym. I go to the grocery store. Sometimes I go to Box's house, which is not far from here.
Flex.
And, you know, sort of hang out or whatever.
Shout out to Tribe. Shout out to the Tribe.
The guy lives 5 minutes from here. That's the thing. Like, Nard lives on the other side of town. I would never go to his crib. So
You're not even invited over there. What are you talking about?
Exactly. And so I don't really do much, right? Like, if I do, it's at night, really late at night. And so I was at the house, and the Clippers were supposed to be playing the Nets the Friday that just passed. And so I'm like, man, they talking about playing empty games. I guess I won't have to go to fucking Staples for that, because this is back when we were doing the half measures of, well, maybe we'll play the games in empty arena shit. So I was like, oh, maybe I won't be doing that. And then, you know, slowly but surely, the news starts trickling in about something fishy going on in Oklahoma City. And I forget, there's so many freaking news breakers now in the NBA world, so I don't remember who actually tweeted it. But Chris Paul, he walks up to the Utah bench and said, yo, what happened to Rudy? And they all waved him away, like, stay away from him.
By the way, if
Rudy's infected, we might be infected too. Step away.
Oh, so they did say that. They didn't just say, like, get the fuck out of here.
No, they told him, yo, chill, don't come near us. Rudy's sick, and we might be sick too. And that's when, you know, the ball was about to go up in freaking in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Like, literally, they were about to tip this thing off, and then it was just like, you know, the league sort of stepped in, and a lot of people, you know, my colleague Ethan Sharp sort of gave the league grief, like, why were we doing this in the first place? Like, this charade of playing the games with no spectators and blah, 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 blah. It's like, the information is out there. What's happening in China and Italy, it's not like we have a different brand of human being. This is what's going to happen to us.
Yo,
like,
tell that to Trump.
People are going to spread this shit.
Yeah, make sure to add him on Twitter.
Tell Trump, tell the fucking MAGA hat wearing people out there.
Well, you know, the funny thing about that, which is not very funny, it's just, you know, it is what it is. I saw something recently or yesterday where some pastor at a church in Alabama was like, I'm not going to tell my congregation to stop coming, stop hugging, stop shaking hands and loving each other.
Foolish. Foolish.
I mean, you can't make it up. You can't make it up. The response has been suboptimal. You know, what people need to realize is that in China, they dealt with SARS and a variety of other things before, so they sort of have a plan and infrastructure, an idea of what they need to be doing, right? When I was watching this scientist dude on Maddow, and he's talking about, look, like, at a certain point during the lockdown, like if you had to leave your crib and you go into a building, there's a guy taking your temperature. You register a certain temperature, they're sending you to the side automatically. They're taking you to the hospital. They're giving you a test. You fail that test, you get quarantined on it. Like, there's no two ways about it, right? But, you know, that's the government. That's a country where those people are kind of used to being told what to do by their government, like at every single turn. So, of course, we don't endorse authoritarianism or anti-democracy or whatever, but that system is built to handle something like that in a way that ours just isn't. Fuck the infrastructure of where are we going to send people to quarantine, like, for real, right? Like, in China, they had, like, hotels set up specifically for quarantine sick people. We don't have that here. Is the Ritz or the Radisson, or are they going to be like, you know, let's be patriots and serve our country? I have a hard time believing that, right? And then we live in a culture where, you know, people are just used to doing what they want when they want. And we all saw it this weekend on social, where everybody's at a hookah lounge. You know, my nigga Night Train had a gig at Playhouse. I looked on his Instagram, it was packed Friday night. I know Poppy and a few other places and restaurants and bars were all open, and people were just like, I don't care, I'm just living my life.
Nuts.
I'm not going to die from this. I don't care who I infect. I'm living my life. And that's the culture here, right? And people are so proud of that culture. I do what I want, when I want, for myself, how I want, you know. So I think it's going to be tough, and I don't even think this outbreak has left the driveway, man. Like, this thing is just ramping up.
Do you feel any weirdness in terms of working right now?
I mean, again, for me, like I said, like what we do, not materially affected by a work stoppage, because there's just so much sport content that exists. You know, like we're talking about like 100 years now of sports, more than that, of sports content that we can draw from. And, you know, we're creative enough, and I think there's an appetite enough for sports, period, that what we do is not going to be ridiculously affected. So, you know, I'll be working, right? Like, I feel bad for people who, you know, like if you are a waitress and they shut down restaurants, how are you going to make money?
Yeah.
You know, like if you are an hourly worker at some business, how are you supposed to make money? You know, me personally, I'm not affected, but of course I've thought about this stuff. You know, like it's not like your mortgage is going to stop being owed or your rent's going to stop being owed or any of that stuff, right? So, you know, of course you got to think about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, when we've gone to the supermarket or when we've gone to like the drugstore or whatever, I've been sure to, you know, thank all the cashiers for being there because like
they're putting themselves in the middle of all
harm's way.
Yeah.
Do you feel weird, Jeff?
About
working, putting this out?
No.
Does this feel like work?
This feels like work, but doesn't feel like different. I think the weird things are like, you know, what happens, the socioeconomic stuff outside of our control, like watching the stock market and you're just like watching it crater.
Crazy.
And it's just like, well, what does that mean? Like, it doesn't personally affect me too much, but it does affect me on like if we're going to do a deal with a company and the company is now going to be going through hard times.
Well, also the money that we have invested, that's a personal thing.
Yeah.
And I watch that and I'm just like, this is not good. And you hope and trust that, you know, the guy who handles the money can, you know, step in and do what he can, but it's all bad. And the biggest thing is that it's all due to one person showing up to TV and saying all the wrong things, and that person happens to be the president of the United States.
Yeah, you know, this is the worst nightmare, the worst version of what could happen, right? When you elect a guy who's just not ready or up to the task of the job, right? Like, we haven't faced a crisis. Like, this is literally the first one, and it's what? 8 months, sorry, I don't know why I can't do math. 8 months from, you know, the next election, but, like, we went 3 years with no emergencies. No real, actual emergency.
Thank God, by the way.
No recession, no major terrorist attack, or no Katrina, like no actual emergencies happened for 3+ years, and now we're here, and finally this guy, like, it's actually like matters whether this dude is competent or not, and the early results has been expectedly disastrous.
Yes.
Right?
We've done 3 years.
He's been slow. It's been ridiculous.
We've done 3 years despite Trump.
Yeah.
I did want to read this email while we have you here, Wos, and I gave you a little heads up on it yesterday. I got an email with the subject line Rick Ross, and this went through our website. This person has an official email, and he said, "Left field, I'm an Orthodox Jew from the Upper West Side, bringing Rick Ross to Uganda to perform, presented by my company," and it's a legitimate company that has to do with Africa. "I know nothing about this type of music and would love to chat. Is it, number one, worth a response?"
Yes.
And number two, what do you think this guy is going to ask of me?
I think he's going to be like, "Yo, can I pick your brain?"
This guy is bringing Rick Ross to Africa. That in and of itself is worth all right, I should respond to this email at least. Just the idea itself of bringing Rick Ross to Uganda just seems incredible to me. Obviously, I know you guys are huge fans of Ross's music.
Just like you.
Obviously, yeah, just like me. Obviously, you guys have done an incredible interview already with Ross. So yeah, there's interest there. There's like, independent of what this guy's talking about, like you guys are interested in the bare bones of this idea, if we're calling it that. You know what I'm saying? So of course you should respond to the email now.
Do you think that he thinks that Rick Ross is Jewish?
West? I don't know. No. He has to Google. He doesn't think Rick Ross is Jewish because one, he has to Google, and two, he's bringing the guy to Africa. So I would assume anybody would be like, if we're bringing a guy to Africa.
Yeah, but he knows nothing about him, right?
Probably not
like,
going to be a Jewish cat.
He might just be like Richard Ross. He's like, I have no idea about this music.
Well, what would he? But what would he be doing? I guess Rick Ross could be any type of musician, right? Maybe he's like a folk artist,
right? Yeah,
and he's going to Africa to play acoustic guitar. I don't know.
He's going to speak at a church. Or no, a synagogue. Excuse me.
Like, think about it, guys. Like, if he was like, all right, we're bringing this guy to, the company was like, we're going to bring this guy to Israel. Maybe you'd be like, yeah, this guy's probably going to be Jewish, right? Like, so like Africa just seems like, yeah, this is probably going to be a black dude.
I wonder who else he's hit up. If he just hit us up, the Upper West Side connection, maybe he
Peter
watched
Rosenberg
the interview. Yeah, sure. Or do you think that he hit up Robert Kraft?
Yeah.
Yes, Rosenberg definitely got a look. Leor Cohen probably got a look.
Definitely.
I'm just trying to think of prominent Jewish men in the music industry, of which there are a lot. I know that's like a stereotype, like a racial stereotype or whatever, but it's a fact though, right? Like Rick Rubin, like we can go on and on here.
Yeah, keep naming Jews. This doesn't feel like profiling at all.
Jewish guys in the music business. Yeah, that's crazy. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about the names the guy could have approached, you guys should have been like 1,000 probably.
Yeah, like I don't understand how we got to be so high. Like it's just like maybe because like he looked in the Jew directory on the Upper West Side and he was like, hey, you want to know what? These guys are my neighbors. I have a spiritual connection to them.
Diagram of Upper West Side music industry Jewish people. Yes, that does sort of wind it down. Maybe he should have expanded his Rolodex to the Hamptons.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Or Beverly Hills, California.
Why not? Yo, Woz, do you have any concrete plans for the rest of the week? Or do you take it day by day?
I'm taking it day by day. I want to work out outside, so I think I'm going to try to go to the park and do a South Peak Thug workout, calisthenics type of deal. Get some running in, do some pull-ups, dips, push-ups.
Well, okay, here's my thing about doing pull-ups in the park. My feeling is that like other people might be doing pull-ups in the park and you don't know where their hands have been and stuff.
Right. I just got to do my best not to suck my thumb directly after, right? I think that's...
Well, because like it spreads in a very specific way, right? Like, so if I guess if you're not putting your hands in your mouth or on your face afterwards...
that would be...
Yeah, I think I'll be okay.
That'd be very weird if Woz was doing pull-ups and then putting his hands in his mouth.
Yeah, but you know that, Woz.
A strange to all of a sudden just start licking my fingers from that like Wingstop or something.
Yeah,
and then making burgers that are a little bit overdone.
Yeah. Hey, I stand by that burger, Jeff.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
You are a burger.
Yo, Woz, if people want to watch these videos of you cooking, where can they find them?
So you can go to @CountTheDings on Twitter. That's one word, Count the Dings, DINGS. You can follow me @Big Wos on Twitter, BIGWOS. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all of that.
Snapchat.
It'll be on.
You're still on Snapchat?
I still have a Snapchat. I still have one. I haven't posted a snap in God knows how long, but I'm still on.
No, but you lurk on there.
Yeah.
You creep.
Whoa. I don't know what you're talking about. I plead the fifth, brother. I don't know what lurk. I don't even know what lurk means. Find that word for me. So CountTheDings.com. All of those places. We're going to be doing a lot of content. I know we're going to be doing a live feed for our patrons. Make sure If you like dope ass content, log on to patreon.com/countthedings. Become a member. I think we start off at $5 a month, which is like the cost of a Starbucks drink.
Or an OnlyFans account, whatever.
Guys. Yeah. OnlyFans. Hey, man, I might be doing some research to work stoppage.
Wos, just overall.
Big Wos.
Overall, how are you feeling? Like how's your mental? Just how are you getting through?
Like I said, I'm not personally worried about my own professional life. I think that's going to be fine. I know that's optimistic, but I think for the most part that'd be cool because at the end of the day, this is temporary, right? This is not the sort of thing even the recession in 2008 is why do these jobs ever have to come back? Why does our economy ever have to recover? This. There was a lot of uncertainty there, right? I think with this, because it's an ailment, and we've beaten other sicknesses before, and even China has figured out a way to get this under wraps, although, it's optimistic to think we can do it as fast as them, but there's an end in sight. So that's why I'm not too bummed out about it. Other than that, it's just about thinking about your older loved ones and hoping that they're safe. So, mentally, I'm fine. I'm not worried about financial ruin and being homeless, so I'm good on that front. I've got food in my fridge. I'm pretty fine. I'm good.
Well, all right, Wos, we appreciate you. We love you, and stay safe out there. Shout out to Tamar. Shout out to the whole Count the Dings fam.
And please do not lick your thumbs after doing pull-ups in the park.
Love you guys, man. I promise I won't be finger licking good and licking the monkey bars guys at the park. Shout out to you guys. Thank you guys again for reaching out. I'm happy to do this with you guys. Shout out to the whole It's the Real community, man. Be good, y'all.
You too.
We'll see you in Uganda. We're all going out there.
Sir.
We're bringing the squad out to Uganda.
Over, don't worry. I'm going to send my rider over. It's going to be a well-done burger on that ride.
Thanks, Wos.
Later, y'all.
Now you hung up on us. All right, so I think that we made it through episode 1.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
I think it's good too.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
All right. Well, great job.
Yeah, good meeting.
And we'll catch you guys. Oh, wait. As always, now for real, for real.
Sure.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.